Good morning. So glad you can be joining us on this little bit of a chilly November day, but it's going to be a beautiful one nonetheless. Chances are a lot of you watching are gearing up for the holidays, preparing for Thanksgiving and Christmas ahead. Hopefully that brings some joy your way, but for many people, this can be a challenging time of the year. So it's a great time for us to have Charles Miller on the show with us. He is with Scenic Neurotherapy. Good to see you this morning.
Thanks for having me.
We actually have lots of things we can cover in the course of our conversation since I opened it up about the holiday season and what can often be an emotional roller coaster for people. Let's talk about that because you're able to help people through that depression.
Well, yeah, this is a hard time of year, and usually things come to a head when it starts to get dark earlier, and if people with family traumas, whether it be the lack of family or the stuff that comes down that we pass on generation to generation, around the holidays, all seems to kind of come to a head, and that's one place we see a lot of people start to come in looking for help.
We haven't talked about what that help is that you offer. You do ketamine infusions at Scenic Neurotherapy, and that's becoming more and more commonly talked about. I think in the beginning people were a little bit confused about how this works, but you've done a great job of educating people, which is part of your focus.
Yeah, absolutely. Without education, it's really hard to understand. There's a lot to it. So we've been treating nerve pain disorders, chronic pain disorders with ketamine infusion for years and years. Only for the last 15 years or so has it been looked at for neurooptimization. And neurooptimization means we help the brain communicate more effectively. And we've seen significant reduction in certain mood disorders like depression, anxiety, PTSD, OCD, and bipolar disorder, just to name a few. Those, it's all about getting the brain communicating effectively and making the person function optimally. And when their brain is functioning optimally, these mood disorders have less of a hold.
Just when I think I'm going to hone in on one part of what you do, you'll mention something else for how these treatments are beneficial, which is kind of the whole point, that if you are somebody and you deal with chronic pain, which the nerve situation could be, right, nerve pain would be, or a mental health issue like PTSD or depression. Your chronic pain could be something different like fibromyalgia. These treatments can be beneficial for that entire umbrella.
Right. It's all about helping your brain communicate with your body effectively, and that's where we see these pain disorders like fibromyalgia, complex regional pain syndromes, and a multitude of other nerve pain disorders. It's an inappropriate stimulation of pain, and so we help reset that.
Okay, let's talk then about the month we're in, then we'll jump ahead to the month of December. But November happens to be a month where you focus on nerve pain, is that right?
Yeah, it's Nerve Pain Awareness Month, or Nervember, which is a funny name, but it's one time we like to speak out and let people know that this is something we also treat. A lot of times the focus comes with the depression and mood side of what we treat, but the fact that we can so reliably and effectively deal with so many different kinds of what have up to now been reasonably untreatable nerve pain disorders.
Would that be something like nerve pain associated with shingles? Would that be more like if you have a compressed problem with your spine and there's a nerve issue that way?
Kind of both. What we deal with is we deal with pain from the inflammatory side. So any hyperinflammatory or autoimmune disorder, we can kind of help regulate and kind of pull back, especially with flare-ups.
Okay.
But with chronic nerve stimulation from a pinched nerve or inflamed tissue in the back, we can also address that as well.
You've been talking a little bit about PTSD. The month of November, we always honor our veterans with Veterans Day. You kind of associate PTSD often with active duty service to our country. And I guess one of the challenges with PTSD is that it can kind of show its ugly head, if you will, at unexpected times, which can make dealing with your family and friends and workplace a challenge. So this regulation that you can provide, I'm sure, is very beneficial.
It helps. The thing about our veterans is they have a lot of the skills they need to do very well with what we do, because once we get all of the wiring communicating effectively, the work that goes into it is very much on them. And so our job is to help facilitate this movement towards better mental health. And our veterans and also our first responders is we provide specialized scholarship and pricing for our We call it our Heroes Discount, but it's for veterans and first responders, not just the month of November, but all the time.
Because I've talked to you often, I can forget sometimes that there could be some people watching today and they haven't heard you before. So explain a little bit about how these ketamine treatments work. It's a process, right? A course of weeks? It is a process.
Yeah, we usually do a stabilization phase over 2 to 3 weeks. It's a series of infusions. And within a few weeks, we can usually take the patient from their current baseline to a significantly improved state. And then after that, we maintain that with periodic infusions, usually monthly or every other month, just to hold them in that good place while they're working with a counselor, working with their mental health providers, physical therapists where it comes to pain, and we help keep the pain in check.
Kind of like I associate it with somebody who's helping you lose weight. If you can speed up that weight loss a little bit and then have the momentum to keep the diet going, if you will, that's kind of what you do.
Yeah, we get the ball rolling, get them actually moving forward. We call it a remission of symptoms, and like with any disease process, a remission from that disease means the disease is no longer pulling you down. But there's the rebuild, and we support them through while they rebuild to where they get to a point eventually to where hopefully we can remove the need for certain daily medications as well as the need for us.
As I'm showing people your contact information, I'll remind them and you can then elaborate. The education really is your primary focus. The healing can't come if you don't know what you're what you're experiencing. So your consultations initially are at no cost, correct?
Yeah, we don't charge anything. The struggle with no-cost consultations is it's a full hour of my time. We sit down and we go through your condition and your struggle from start to finish, and we explain what we do in depth. We're very big on education, and we find that when patients are educated, they do better.
And not everyone's going to come in and say, I'll do it today, but they'll know what they can have done.
There's absolutely no pressure to sign up the day of your consultation. Most places that do this free consultation, it's only free if you sign up immediately. With us, I say it's not a timeshare. You don't get a toaster if you sign up today.
Right.
This is education.
And he's a Chattanooga native, so you can find him at Scenic City Neurotherapy, their phone number, address, and website right there on your screen. You don't have to go through the holiday season not feeling your best. Good to see you, Charles.
Thanks so much for having me.
When you walk in the door with the new triple bacon pizza from Papa John's, oh, that smell of bacony goodness has everyone showing up. And I mean everyone. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's.
We opened Scenic City Neurotherapy to provide a very unique and very needed service to the Chattanooga community. It is the first step in a new direction of self-care. It is an optimization treatment as opposed to a Band-Aid.
I have a variety of different conditions which cause pain. I've been opioid-free for a little over a year.
Scenic City Neurotherapy's brain optimization treatments will change your life. Visit ScenicCityNeurotherapy.com or call today.
Hey Chattanooga, it's Jack Silberman here with InShape MD Medical Wellness Center. If you've lost your weight over and over and over again, pay close attention to this video because one great medical weight loss program can transform your life forever. Join the thousands of people in Chattanooga who have lost all their weight, kept it off, and now they're helping other people do the same. We're going to put all the success tools in your hands to help you crush your goals. Sign up now for the free consultation. Spaces are limited. Have a great day.
The holidays are around the corner and Linderman's Furniture has an offer for you. Come by directly off the floor and stop waiting 3 to 4 months on special orders. 20 to 30% off select items including adjustable beds, Sealy Posturepedics, hybrids, and cool gel memory foam. Nothing feels better than the other side of the pillow. We offer free delivery and free disposal of your old bedding. Linderman's Furniture, North Georgia's best kept secret.
When you walk in the door with the new triple bacon pizza from Papa John's, oh, that smell of bacony goodness has everyone showing up. And I mean everyone. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's.
Chattanooga Mobility and Lifts, your stairlift expert.
We are going to be hearing a lot these next several weeks, and rightly so, about what we can do to enjoy the holiday season, certainly, but how giving back helps us to enjoy that even more. Bill Wolf is here this morning. He's with the House of Hope up in Dunlap, Pikeville, Tennessee. You're giving every day, actually, aren't you, Bill?
Yes, ma'am. We give a lot every day.
But you're encouraging people this time of year to find whatever nonprofit is close to them.
Yes, ma'am.
To help the kids in need. But for the folks up there in your neck of the woods, y'all got a couple of special events going on.
We do have 2 special events going on. We have our toy drive beginning today, and you can drop things off at several businesses in Pikeville and Dunlap. If you look at the flyer, we have several special people that have opened up their businesses to do that. And then next Tuesday, the 16th, Dr. Jason Chastain in Kimball, Tennessee, is doing a food drive for us. You take 5 cans of food in, and your adjustment that day is free.
I know that y'all are part of the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. We, of course, have Share Your Christmas coming up, and we're going to be encouraging people to remember that if they want to give monetarily, the purchasing power of the food bank is so strong. But there is just not anything quite like buying or bringing in those actual cans of food yourself.
Right.
There's a different feel you have when you do that.
Exactly. And we feel the same way about the toy drive too. If you don't want to give monetarily, we take those funds and go out and give, or go out and purchase the toys, and that way we can fill the gaps in the age groups and all that too.
I was talking with someone, Sheriff Sisk down in Catoosa County.
Yes.
They've got something that they do called Stocking Full of Love, and they've got something like 1,200 children down there in need.
Yes.
In your area, it's a rural community.
Very rural, and we have a lot of poverty in our area. A lot of needs to be met, especially this time of year with wintertime coming on, electric bills being high. A lot of people heat with wood. We purchase wood from folks to take to them so they can have adequate heating.
Right. So your toy drive goes from little bitty all the way up to age 16.
Age 16, yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Are there any things in particular that you are looking for that you know of?
Of course, the little girls like baby dolls, anything, accessories for those, Barbie dolls. Little boys like trucks and things like that, equipment operated things, so things like that go real big.
Pajamas even. You could
pajamas, yes, clothes, shirts and clothes and things like that would go real good for little girls and boys, yes.
How has your economy been improving or changing at all now that the world's opening back up a little bit with COVID? Are you seeing the needs still grow?
The needs still grow. A lot of needs we're seeing are with our elderly folks. They seem to be left out a lot with things. So, and bedding is something that's real big. We've purchased and bought 2 just in the last week or so for folks who have taken loved ones in and they don't have bedding for them, so we've been able to purchase those.
Do you mean by that mattresses, or do you mean the linens that go on?
No, mattresses and box springs and things like that. And we have a thrift store in Dunlap, Serenity Point, that actually partners with us, and they sell new mattresses and box springs at a discounted price.
I love to tell your story, so I'll set it up and you can fill it in. But if you have not seen Bill before, many years ago, 5 basically now?
7 now.
7 years ago, the church that he's a part of was given a house anonymously. They thought about what to do with it. They opened up this House of Hope, and everything in it, from the clothing to the food you give away, it is all given away. Nothing is purchased.
Nothing is sold. Nothing is sold. We give everything that's donated to us. Had a lady that came yesterday, donated some real nice clothing, said, I want to give it to you because it's given away, not sold.
What if people have some things, Bill, but they can't get to you? Do y'all come and pick things up?
We can, yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Just, do they call you?
They call me, yes. My number's on the, on the flyer there, and so yes.
Okay, so the toy drive is going on now until December 8th.
8th, right.
If you are in the Pikeville, Dunlap, Kimball area,
right.
The businesses that you're seeing there for the drop-off points are no doubt familiar to you.
Yes.
If you're in Chattanooga or Bradley County or something and you want to just give, you can call them and say, here's some money to put towards your efforts.
Exactly.
And then the food drive on November 16th at Dr. Chastain's office.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
If you're in the area, you know where to find him.
And if you want to drop by any Citizens Tri-County Bank in any of our branches, you can just make a monetary donation to the Lee Station Baptist Church. They'll have the account number. They can pull up the account number and do that.
Do you feel sometimes like the story of the loaves and fishes comes true for you every day?
Every day, Julie, every day. God just blesses And the account may run low, but we never run out.
It is always good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, Julie.
Bill
Thank you.
Wolf with the House of Hope. There's the information on their toy drive, as well as where you can find them in the beautiful Pikeville, Tennessee. We're back after this.
Daily we see headlines